Boom, you looking for this? Today we are going to talk about the Avengers Age of Ultron from 2015. We are keep going through with phase 2. And yeah, I enjoy this movie. It's like okay, average in a way. Not the best, but it's one of them and stuff. And fortunately, to this is an Avengers movie, so we're gonna get all the cast we saw from the region Avengers movie and stuff. And then there was more other like Avengers cast members coming along with this in this movie and part of the group and stuff, because like the MCU is massive. They are bringing team. There's a reason we're putting all these characters together. So obviously we know Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner. Those are like the big six. James Spader, and fortunately we're not gonna see him in this movie, but he is the voice of Ultron, the villain of the movie, so pretty exciting. We got Don Cheadle in this movie. Who wonder enough a War Machine's gonna come back? Who knew? Paul Bentley is finally showing his face. Got Anthony Mackie. Last time we saw him in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And then we're bringing two new cast members, Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson, and there's plenty of more cast we can actually remember from other Avengers movies. Speaking of two new cast members of this movie, we got the twins, Wanda and Pedro, and fortunately they are gonna keep going with the Avengers. So the twins are like kind of like fighting the Avengers, trying to take them down. There was a funny scene where Tony actually like cursed, and then Cap.
Language.
No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language.
I know.
And we're actually seeing, we're going to see more of Pedro and Wanda, but, fortunately for their superhero names, it's Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And Quicksilver has super speed, and Scarlet Witch can actually control, she can control minds. Quicksilver actually took down Hawkeye.
You didn't see that coming?
And fortunately, he actually took Cap as well, so it's pretty crazy that happened. And then we actually had this really cool Thor and Cap duo, where Thor actually hit Cap's shield and then expanded and hit like this typical army people. And then while Thor was about to leave and stuff, and then Iron Man said this.
And for gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
And then Wanda actually found Tony and control his mind, and we're like seeing like a vision of like Tony's like future in a way, where the Avengers like kind of lost in a way, and we don't know how this happened. Who knows if it's real or not in a way, but it was in Tony's vision, and it basically showed like every Avengers like died besides of Tony Stark. Maria Hill shows up and showing who is the boss of the Avengers.
Oh, actually, he's the boss. I just pay for everything and design everything and make everyone look cooler.
What's the word on Strucker?
We had a really funny scene where the nurse girl helping with the Avengers, and she kind of like has like a crush on Thor. And Ultron was born, so fortunately Tony and Bruce Banner, basically both of them together working on Ultron, some technology way they had. And fortunately when Ultron was made, he specifically took down Jarvis, and Jarvis is the one was helping, Tony Stark this whole time. And then we have this big giant Avengers party in the Avengers Tower. And then Rhodey was telling his funny joke to Thor and Tony.
So I take the tank, fly it right up to the general's palace, drop it at his feet. I'm like, boom, you looking for this? Boom, are you looking? Why do I even talk to you guys?
And then we have this really, really cool scene where nobody cannot pick up Thor's hammer. So pretty much everybody of the Avengers, besides of the girls, tried to pick up the hammer and stuff, and like a funny scene in a way. And then we realized we got this scene.
Come on, Cap.
And then Ultron attacked the Avengers. This movie shows the first time hearing the word of Wakanda, and that is basically the world of where Black Panther is like the king, the prince, it's their world and stuff. Fortunately, we don't have Black Panther at this time, but he will come sooner or later in the future. And talking about Wakanda is getting the vibranium of like this type of metal in a way, and it's very rare. And fortunately for Cap's shield is vibranium, and somehow Howard Stark actually was the one made that shield for Cap, and Howard Stark is the father to Tony. So it's interesting of seeing a little bit of who had like what or anything, shows of like did like Howard Stark knew the people from Wakanda, and fortunately I'm feeling there's other people knew about Wakanda, so this is like the first time we're hearing about Wakanda. And then we got a big battle scene, Ultron versus Avengers. And then we have a really funny scene where Silver was trying to go for the hammer and stuff, showing he's not worthy as well. And then Wanda basically went each Avengers besides of Tony, because she already saw his mind, and basically went to Thor, Black Widow, Cap, mines and stuff, and fortunately we got some like backflash from their like past or whatever, so it was pretty cool seeing that. And then fortunately there's another person part of the group, and that's Hawkeye, and somehow Hawkeye kind of stops wanted to go for that mind control. And then after that, Wanda went for Hulk, and then Hulk went out crazy as well. This is the first time we're seeing Iron Man versus the Hulk, and Iron Man has a much bigger suit. It's like the Hulk Buster.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I'm sorry.
Hawkeye has a safe house where he lives with his wife and his kids. There was a time where Cap and Tony are like breaking some woods and stuff, and then Cap just did this.
Go home?
I don't know how he does it. He's Captain America. I wish I would do that. Like he's ripped.
Don't take from my pile.
And then Thor, in his vision, basically figure out the Mind Stone. And fortunately, we already seen the Mind Stone before. I think it was in the Avengers movie, because that was on Loki's spear. and fortunately we got more of the Infinity Stones, so they're showing like more things about these Infinity Stones. And then we have Wanda and Pedro are helping the Avengers now because they realize enough of Ultron is pretty evil and he wants to take over the world. And Ultron is basically trying to make like a version of him, and that is Vision. And then Thor just shows up and just uses thunder to like energy something, and then Vision came out. And then fortunately, if you think about the Mind Stone is like literally like on his forehead, and you want to see what he can do with that Mind Stone. And then we had this funny scene where Vision actually took up the Thor's hammer and giving to Thor, and like everybody was shocked because maybe he's worthy. Wanda shows her power, and then Quicksilver got shot by one of the good people, and then Thor asks for this.
Is that the best you can do? You had to ask.
And then we have this crazy, like, other Ultron versus the Avengers. We got this really cool Thor and Tony and Vision blasting on Ultron. The whole island is basically like breaking up apart, and fortunately the shield is basically helping all the people are innocent trying to get to safety. And fortunately there was one person was like over to the side, just need some help, and Hawkeye went after for that person, and there was some gunshots, and then Quicksilver basically have him as a shield to protect Hawkeye, and then Quicksilver got shot more and then killed him.
You didn't see that coming.
And then Wanda killed Ultron. And then Vision went on and talked to another version of Ultron and then said this.
I was born yesterday.
Hulk run away. Funny scene where Cap, Tony, and Thor are together and they had like this little hammer elevator quote.
But if you put the hammer in an elevator,
It would still go up.
elevator's not worthy.
I would not deny this, especially I have a baseball channel. I understand this is the MCU, not baseball. But my boy Cap gave me a baseball reference in the movie, and he specifically talked about we're not the 1927 New York Yankees, because 1927 New York Yankees, man oh man, they were great. Got Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and there's other players they had as well. Showed the new Avengers because, we got War Machine, we got Falcon, we got Wanda. But overall, I enjoyed this movie overall. Pretty decent, it's okay, not the greatest, but, that's just my thoughts about it. I want to hear what you guys think about the movie. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did you just not like it? All these typical things. Give your thoughts in the comments, and then hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe more for more content, and also if, I speak about my baseball channel. Hey, if you're into baseball, go check my baseball channel. I don't have a lot of videos to it, but more in the future. But gotta get some subscribers. But anything like that, have a nice day, and thank you for watching.